I'm reviewing Patient Zero by Ryan B. Ware. It's an interesting name. I wonder if that's a pen name because it sounds a little bit like a joke, beware. I think that this is an excellent premise. I like the idea of it. It's quite incredible. When it opens, there's the scene of the dying man, which is potentially a really powerful scene. I think you missed the opportunity there to make it more powerful than you've made it. Although maybe you want to, maybe you've done that because you want to to not glam it up, that you just want to have the bare facts that this man is dying and the doctors are scared of him because they don't want to be infected. Then you go into this quite long, drawn-out scene at the United Nations. There's quite a lot of politics in there. It seems quite dry. I've read books like this before. Tom Clancy is one, where he might spend 3 or 4 pages going into a lot of detail about politics and infrastructure of organisations, which isn't really that necessary, but I think it's a kind of a lad's book kind of thing to do, and I think that some readers do like that, so I can see how that would appeal to readers, but I think that the scene towards the end of the extract, and this happens so much, manuscripts that I read, quite often they start off slow and then you get a punch, but you might have already given up reading by then. The scene at the end of this extract where you've got the reporter and the Muslim leader, can't remember his name, but there's a politician who's accusing the West, the infidels, of manufacturing this virus and infecting people in Muslim countries with it, and that is very suddenly, as I'm reading that, I'm thinking, oh my god, the implications of it, whereas earlier somebody who's sort of a bit dim-witted about politics and world affairs as me wouldn't necessarily pick that up immediately, and so I think to reorder the scenes in this, to have the dying man in the hospital definitely is a good opening scene, but to make it more not punchy, what's the word, to make it more impactful, a little bit more gory maybe would make it more impactful, and then to go straight into the reporter with the world leader accusing other world leaders, and the whole sort of implications of what that, that this might actually bring about the war, and then go more in depth into the whole sort of business within the United Nations and things. I mean, that's just my suggestion. I found it interesting. I can see that it's very competently written. Like I say, I'm comparing it to Tom Clancy, and I think, that is the kind of audience that would read this. Certainly it's a very topical premise, and it's worth pursuing. What I'm giving you suggestions for when it's time to. I'm giving suggestions for when it's time to submit to agents and such like. That these are the kind of changes you might want to make. Anyway, I'm giving it. Okay, my battery's running low. I'm talking too much. I'm giving it 4 stars, and that's my review.